Episode 3 is called Free Will. We titled it Free Will because in this episode, all the characters have made choices and they're free to make these choices. That's what comes with free will, is you have consequences. And in bringing up the Beardsleys, these are the people that don't have free will. You have indentured servants, and you have a wife who can't go anywhere. She's enslaved by her husband. And so I like the balance between the two. You have a group of men making free choices, what they can do, and then you have these boys and a woman who have no say-so in their life.
There's something very strange about this place, Jamie.
I think we were all looking forward to this episode. It's creepy, it's dark, and we spend a lot of time in one place at the Beardsley house. And I think it turned out so well. It's just such an interesting episode because you come into it and you have a certain expectation of who this Fanny Beardsley is and what's happened to her. And over the course of the episode, your opinion about her changes and the situation changes and what she's doing. But it's such a dark, moody episode. And we talked a lot with our director, Jamie Payne, about the look of this episode being different from some of our others. And it really turned out beautifully.
I like that we gave it the space to make it dark and creepy and haunting in a way that I think a lot of shows wouldn't do. They get through it fast, and instead of letting all this affect our characters, and there is an effect on Jamie and Claire because they're the ones dealing with it. So
well, also I think for Claire it's such an interesting dilemma because here is this man who is obviously, it turns out he has abused his wife, but she has to treat him, and it's like, at what point as a doctor do you your Hippocratic oath has to kick in, obviously, but, it's very hard for them. And what do they do with this man?
As a doctor, I can't walk away, but I'm not sure you owe him anything.
At the end, giving him the choice of whether to live or to die, and the question of free will, as you said.
And I think an episode like this, where you show the harsh realities of the time, and how people are treated in the time, how women are treated, how kids are treated, how tough it can be. We have to show some of the struggles that people go through just to survive. I think we do it in a way where you're showing people butchering food that they have, and then they're out in the fields, and this is day-to-day existence. Going to the restroom is, it's out in the back. It's, it's not fun. So when Claire is thinking about this, it's weighing on her because Roger and Bree are back here because of her.
I want Brianna and Roger to go back to their own time.
What a dilemma. You want your family around you, you want your daughter around you, you want your grandson, to watch your grandson grow up and hopefully more kids, but she knows it's better and safer to go back.
What kind of world is this to bring a baby into?
The only world.
No, it isn't.
At the very end, people will notice that we had passenger pigeons leaving the trees, and they come over and they darken the sky. And this is something that caught my attention in doing the research during the time, of all the things that used to be. There are billions and billions of passenger pigeons that used to be in the United States, and now there isn't even a single one. And so, of course, through the course of the season, we'll show some things that used to be that are obviously our great visual effects team has created for us, because we didn't have a live passenger pigeon, so we just created a billion visual effects ones.